famous quote from the creator of Doom, John Romero, states that execution is everything, and success is not defined by an idea, it's determined by your ability to execute that idea. I took this quote to heart in creating my game, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Devlog 0 of my open world Knight game. Today I will take you from the very beginning of my Unreal Engine 5 journey, where I just learned to code, to now having a full outline of my game 6 months later. I grew up loving knights, castles, catapults, and other medieval things. Then this passion transitioned to a now grown me that still likes knights, but now I can code a little. I had an idea of a game in the Middle Ages, but no actual direction for it, so I looked for inspiration. I discovered two main games that I can learn some lessons from. The first one being called Chivalry 2, a team deathmatch knight game. It has one of the best combat systems of any game I've ever seen, boasting less than a millisecond of delay in reaction time and a very satisfying hit reward. I also want to be able to optimize assets as well as them, as it has an extremely high level of detail while still keeping performance at its peak. The second game I don't actually play, but it's an ancient Greek open world, relatively new game called Dawn of Defiance. It has some really good UI and open world functionality that I also want to incorporate into my game. As I mentioned before, this is Devlog 0, and although Devlog 0 is normally for basic game elements like movement and framework to plan for future editions, I've been working on this game for a few months and I don't have any footage of me actually coding this for a few months, so I'm just going to show you what I have so far. Now this isn't my dream game quite yet, as I'm still learning how to code, and to give some additional insight on my project is centered around a knight, and the knight lives in an area where some evil king and his army take over the land. You can loot and liberate areas, get better weapons, items, and other loot, and your job is to get into the citadel and destroy it, I guess? Maybe I'll let a boss fight? I don't know, we'll see. Now we'll go back in time a little bit to the beginning of the project, to the first tutorial I watched, which was Unreal Sensei's tutorial on landscapes. That's how I made this one, which I'll customize to make more original later. So far, we have some massive mountains far away for decoration, then some cliffs when we get a little closer, and those also serve as the world barrier. Then we have the main map, which again looks plain, but don't worry, I'll make it so much better later. The reason I say that I'll make everything better later is because all this stuff is kind of fun and easy. Right now, I'm focusing on the hard and important game elements, inventory and item system, because I don't want to be wasting my time making the game look pretty if there's no game to actually play. Going farther in the map, we see a makeshift lake and a makeshift castle, which you can't swim in the lake and the castle doesn't have anything inside of it. I have some smaller hills scattered around the landscape as well, and that was just a first introduction to how to actually work landscaping. Over here, I started making a little city fully in Blender, and we might have a couple of those scattered later on. Again, I'll improve my Blender skills as well. Then finally, we have castle ruins right off a spawn, and we might have some of those as well. After I got the landscaping out of the way, I started working on the character, which was just a simple pirate I got from the Epic Marketplace, but it fits really well for the character design that I need. I realized, in order to have a knight game, I need combat. So after that, I made some attacks, but since I have absolutely zero idea how to make combat, for now I settled with a sphere trace, which works fine I guess. I'm excited to make it better, like some sort of advanced tracing, so if anyone has any suggestions for good combat tutorials, then put them in the comments. After that, I realized I need somebody to be able to attack, so I worked on some AI that patrols a location, and if it sees you, it chases and attacks you. For some reason, the AI sometimes does double the damage it's supposed to, and sometimes it works fine. But then I worked on some other cool little additions like switching between first and third person, shield blocking, weapon slots, AI and player health, and currently I'm working on the inventory and weapons system. My vision for the inventory system in this game is kind of questionable. I keep going back and forth on whether I should have a really simple, just a hotbar system, or I should expand it a little more, because I think I want to focus on combat and looting rather than resource gathering and crafting, but RPGs normally do have large inventory systems because they are nomadic. I started analyzing inventory systems from games like Sons of the Forest and Zelda, and those are the ones I kinda liked. I've got a lot of things I need to work on still. For example, a lot of bugs with my inventory attack systems, block systems, and other AIs. And I've got a lot more new features that I'm also working on, like animal AIs, better UI, of course, again, the inventory system, and so much more, which will be exciting for the next devlog episodes, which I hope you guys will stay tuned for, and you will join me as well. My main focus of this devlog and the past few months was just to set up some basic fundamental systems that I could expand on later on and learn how basic functions of coding works. Now, I've also made a ton of other features that I haven't showed you guys, like interact dots, start messages. I've already tried 3 different inventory systems, and I'm trying for a 4th and a 5th one, and so many more things. And this was just about learning and having fun, and I guess if I stay consistent, I'll accomplish my goals soon enough. Sorry if it doesn't look like much, but if you guys have any suggestions for what's added to my game, then feel free to put them in my comments. If you have ideas for the name, and good tutorial suggestions, or any feedback in general. Thank you guys, and I hope you'll join me for this amazing journey of game development, and if you want to, hit the like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.